You may know the state of Louisiana, but you may not have known where it got its start. Well, in 1800, farmers used the Mississippi River to deliver crops to other places like Europe or other eastern cities. This was the only way for these farmers to get their crops there, and they relied on it. Across the Mississippi River lay the territory of Louisiana, which was, at the time, occupied by France. The ruler of France, Napoleon Bonaparte, had big plans for Louisiana. He wanted to make the territory an area to grow food for slaves on sugar plantations in the Caribbean. Farmers in the U.S. were scared of this change. If Napoleon went through with his plan, the port for American goods to reach far-off places would close. Considering he was a representative of the common man in the United States, Thomas Jefferson listened to the thoughts of the farmers regarding the situation. Jefferson then came up with an idea in 1803, where he sent James Monroe to offer to buy New Orleans for $7.5 million. Napoleon had changed his mind by the time Monroe reached France. This was due to an uprising in a French slave colony in the Caribbean, led by a slave named Toussaint Louverture. French troops that tried to reclaim the colony were defeated by the revolting slaves. When Napoleon saw this, he decided that he didn't need Louisiana to provide food for slaves because there were no slaves to provide food for. James Monroe was shocked when Napoleon had offered to him to sell Louisiana. The United States originally wanted just New Orleans to please the farmers that needed the Mississippi to sell their crops, and now they've been offered an area as big as itself. On April 30th, 1803, the treaty to give Louisiana to the United States was signed. The United States purchased Louisiana for $15 million. To quote Napoleon, "You have made a noble bargain for yourselves, and I suppose you will make the most of it." Most Americans thought that the Louisiana Purchase was the best deal anyone had ever seen, with only a few cents per acre of land. Others, however, did not approve of the treaty. One reason was because they thought a large country could not be governed. Others believed they would lose power, and that states in the Louisiana Territory would be enough to outvote existing states in Congress. Some said that we barely had enough money to pay for so much land. Others said that the Constitution did not approve of purchasing land from foreigners. When the Louisiana Purchase Treaty was ratified by the Senate in late 1803, farmers were very pleased, for now they could continue bringing their crops to port.